Welcome back to M Hood Fishing, everybody. Dice, rolling dice on this spot anyway. I have fished this particular spot a long time ago. It doesn't look the same. It's just that the sun just is rising right now. If I continue, I'm just going to keep eating time as I ride. So I decided to cut my trip short and try this spot this morning, and perhaps soon go to the place I intend. I see fish feeding here right off these rocks. One of the biggest reasons why I am going to choose this spot is because there is an unseen current seam, but it's kind of sluggish. It looks sluggish right in here, right? So that means my big bait, no weight thing is going to work fine. They're not going to go really fast downriver. There might be things feeding right off these rocks. I don't know what kind of depth I have right off these rocks. We'll say 10 feet out in front of them, but I see stuff feeding along here. I see mullet just like the other day. But if I remember correctly, the last time I did this, it was a video 2-3 years ago maybe. And I was doing big baits, no weights. A small cat and an alligator gar is what I got here. But I fished this stretch many times in different ways since then. And I think it's mostly been channel cat. So we're doing it because, yeah, why not? The spot I was going to go to, my goodness, it's a massive, well, a bit of a hike to get to it, and the bike has to be left unseen. So this is just easier. I just decided at the last minute to make life easy this morning. This morning I do not actually have a lot of bait, so this might go fast. Probably makes it an even better idea that I decided to cut the travel time short. Okay, so 10-aught octopus hook right there, one of my bigger baits. And then of course, let me grab my other rod, which is going to be a 3-aught Kale, just like the other day. Smaller bait. Past sessions where I was doing this, I was throwing out a headpiece. This time it's just a smaller gill. Both of my baits are flapper style with the spine left in. That just puts the scent in the water faster, hopefully getting us a bite faster. Also attracts the crabs faster. So double-edged sword. Can be a win-lose situation. But this stretch of the river that I'm on, if I can turn around without falling, this is extremely snaggy, from all the way from Shingle Point all the way down to the ferry landing. Very, very snaggy. Lots of revetment. So this is a good spot still to do this method. Big baits, no weights. I just don't have the biggest baits this morning, but later today perhaps I will. Can you see the log that's in the water right down from me? Something to think about when I'm doing this. So what I'm thinking here is this bait's going to go out further, but it can't go out so far as to when it drifts past to where, you know, it's past that log. We want it to come just before that log. So what is that, 40-50 feet? We're probably good. And I look out in front of me, and in less distance than that log is down there, between, you know, less distance between me and the log is a current seam. So I'm just going to aim for around that current seam right in front of me and see what happens. I got it right in that seam. I think we're going to come up just about short, especially if I reel up some slack. We're going to come up just about short of that log. If the bait goes past that log, we're going to get snagged, because there's a lot of stuff where that log is. That log is stuck on stuff, right? It's not the log I'm worried about snagging, it's what the log is stuck on. But there's a lot of possibilities of fish hanging out right in front of us, in between us and that log and past that log. So we could get snagged anywhere here. If I remember correctly, the last time I tried this particular area, I did catch, but I also snagged a lot. And I did snag in the last video, I just didn't show you. It was towards the end of the video the other day where I caught that big blue cat. Towards the end, when I was ready to go, because I was cooking, I'll probably cook today too, I snagged, bringing stuff back in. Even though big baits, no weights misses a lot of snags, they don't miss them all. We may have just went right into a snag because the line is super tight. It's not a fish, and when I touch the line, I feel vibrations, I feel noise, I feel static. So I think that means we likely have a pivot point. When your line has a lot of noise on it, and this is a monofilament line, and monofilament will carry a lot of that noise, you'll be able to feel it and hear it through your fingers, right? Usually that means a pivot point when you feel a lot of noise, a lot of vibration, and it's kind of that kind of feeling, right? Well, that's interesting. I had this bait sitting in an obvious place, like right here, and when I turned around, it was gone. It was over here. I don't know if a critter did that or if that was just happenstance. There's don't fool yourself, there's a lot of rats running around these rocks. I might not see them, but I know they're here. Oh, see, mullet. There's mullet here. A mullet didn't move my bait, but because there's mullet here, there's bound to be stuff hunting them. Before I deal with the line I just threw out, we'll get that out right in front of me, about 10-15 feet. I think that is screwed already. That was easy. Dice. Rolling the dice. Let me get a hook. I think that was totally a big gamble walking away, because it's possible I'm getting a bite. My line keeps picking up, shaking a little bit, but it could be a bite from a crab, not a fish. And I am going to change my tactics. We're going to keep both baits in because we don't have a lot of big baits now. And I feel like I remember better now with this spot. I think everything I throw out into that current seam is going to get wrapped around a bunch of BS. Did I jump up for no reason? My line just went tight and out and then slack again. Maybe that was a crab, blue crab, picking it up and running with it, or a small fish. Okay, I'm gonna sit back down and continue tying up. All right, I finished tying up and I'm still getting that same kind of action. See my line getting picked up high, shaking my rod. Not sure if we have a fish messing with us or a crab. Could be a gar. There would be a small gar doing that. You see that? We're gonna let him have it, as you would say. I want to see what's up with this. Okay, where did it all go? We were kind of snagged, kind of not. Now we're baitless. Oh, look at this. Ah, that had to have been a gar. This is my last bait, and look how small it is. Definitely for close in, and I just lost the close in bait to a gar. Rolling the dice, throwing it out a lot further than you thought I would. Just because it's my last bait. Maybe if I put it out there, I'll lose it to a snag. Maybe I'll pick up a nice fish. Maybe I'm throwing it out past where all these crabs were, because close in, all the baits are just getting tore apart by crabs. This has been getting hit for the past 5 to 8 minutes. My last big bait out there. And it's not the biggest of big baits either. I don't know if that's a crab, but crabs can fool you, making you think something serious is going on. I mean, they can really pull, and they can pick it up and swim with it too. But that also could be just a small fish, cat or a gar. A bite on the big rod, a bite on the shorter rod. Look, that line just got picked up and went tight. Look at it, still tight. And my shoe's about to come off. Hold on. Okay, still tight, still pulling. Last time I saw this morning, I went to react and I just brought back feathers, nothing, right? Feathers means like light, like I felt nothing. It was super light. People were like, why does he keep saying feathers? As in feather light. I don't know. Is this a small fish that has me? It could be a gar. It's just not committing. It's not bringing that rod tip down. That rod's not super stiff. I mean, it's not an ugly stick. It's a normal rod. It is a tougher. Look at that. There we go. You want me to react or fall asleep on it? It's my last bait, so you can understand why I'm like, let's let this fish get to know it. Let's wait till we see like full commitment here. Because if it's a gar, I might not get a hookup. It's a small hook. The bait is like 3, 4, 5 times the size of the hook. So we need him to get to know it before we have a hookup. We're getting there. Look at that. Look at this commitment. Does that say crab to you? Okay, let's see what's up. This might come back feathers. Yep, came back feathers. Ah, there goes my last bait. Well, I still have a bait out. But I have no more bait up here. Okay. Snagged again, and now it's feathers. That means absolutely one thing: we gotta go get more bait. Come on, let's get it done. I apologize for having 2 of these in a row. At least this one is slightly different. These things happen sometimes. Yesterday when I was here getting bait, it was absolutely horrible. hence why I didn't have a lot of bait this morning for this morning's session. So here we are. Let's see if I can get some bait. Finally, that actually took a long time. Okay, not absolutely huge, but I can make that work. I was unable to get big baits here, but in the end, this is what I got. That'll have to do. There's 8 baits there. But anyway, I'm gonna go do some other things. Maybe I'll end up with big baits, but yeah, I didn't want to make you just watch me catch one little thing after another, because that's what it was. And it wasn't one after another, by the way. This was tedious. Yesterday I was doing this and I was so tired I was like falling asleep like this, nodding out, as you can very well tell. But I'm not that tired right now. It is getting hot and there is rain on the way, so yeah, I'm not tired and there's time. Thanks for watching, guys. Yeah, you're right. Thanks for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, being members of the channel. And yeah, you're right. I'll see y'all next time.